Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to Pat's Stamping Place. It is Monday, January 13th. We are almost halfway through this month already. Oh goodness, I have been just creating up a storm with this set that I'm going to use today. So, excuse me. If you're here, let me know. Check in, wave, give me a thumbs up and a like. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I go live on Mondays at 3:30, and that's what it is. But I kind of in a little bit of a rush today, so I am going to go ahead and get started. And this is always on YouTube and Facebook, and you can check the replay when it's convenient for you. So I'm going to flip down to my desktop, get rid of my name there. Oop, there we go. Down to my desktop. And I don't see anybody hopping on just yet on my screen, but I am going to go ahead and get started. So a week ago, we were one day short of the launch of Celebration and the new mini catalog from January to April. Hey Shirley, welcome. Thank you for being here. And so I'm going to use something from Celebration today, kind of jumping all over the place with the things that are available. And the mini catalog went live. So all of this happened last Tuesday on the 7th. And it is the exciting time of the year when you can earn free merchandise with a $60 order. And this year it has jumped up to $60 for earning a free product. But I will have to say that in my almost 28 years of being a demonstrator, it has never ever gone up. It had always been 50. So I guess given the times that we're living in, it wasn't surprising that it went up to 60. And that is really a very minor jump as well. So the items that are in here are just adorable. The more I look through it, the more I like it. And this one goes through February 28th. This is only a 2-month promotion. Yeah, the mini catalog goes from January through April. They did both launch at the same time though. And then when this is done, we launch a brand new annual catalog. So it's kind of hard to believe that we're approaching that time again. So let me show you just a couple things in here and what I'm going to use today. I am going to use this fruit salad designer series paper, but I've chosen some of the reverse side that don't use the fruit, but the fruits themselves are just adorable. And you can see from the samples here, you've got things that look like watermelon, pineapple, a whole array of fruits, and fresh fruits. So I'm in a spring mode today. I'm also in a yellow mode, a daffodil delight mode. And so that's what we're going to be working with. But just look at these cute papers. I have so many ideas for these, like cutting out the paper. I guess that is supposed to look like the outside of a watermelon, and there's the inside. So we've got kiwi, strawberries, pineapple, oranges. Oh my gosh. Pears. Oh, aren't we a pair? I am just so excited to work with that more. But I was thinking of yellow today, so that's where I got the yellow idea. I'm also going to be using Pretty Petals. It is an online exclusive stamp set and dies. So it is a bundle. And I'm going to, I think, pull in the mixed labels. This is new. I think this is also online exclusive. And there are dies that go with this, And I will show you a little bit later that I'm sure these dies can be used with other sentiments besides this one. So let's go ahead and get started. I have already, oh wait, let me show you one more thing. Oops. Yes. The toadstool paper in here. Toadstool Garden 6x6 Designer Series paper. And it coordinates with, and I will tell you, this is flying off the shelf. I placed an order for a customer the other day, and this terrific toadstool bundle was already in low inventory. So whether you like mushrooms or not, these aren't mushrooms, they're toadstools, and they're so cute. So it coordinates with a punch. So think about that. It's just cute. I don't have it yet. I have so many things that I need to use that I pre-ordered, and I did not pre-order this. So we'll be using some other things before I get to that. Hello, Sue. Welcome. So as I said, I'm in a spring mode. The last time I was upstairs, it is very sunny, so that's good. But it is also very cold. When I got up this morning, it was 28, and I think that was to be our high today, too. So we'll just, oops, move along. Hold on, I better pick that up before I lose it. Okay. So with the Pretty Petals, I played around with it a little bit yesterday and then more today. And the more I played, the more excited I got about the things you can do with it. And I guess when you think about more flowers, but more flowers are always good. What can I, hold on a minute here. Let's cover that up. Okay. I think that works a little bit. I love this glass mat, but it does reflect down on my, when I do a video. So you see that light over there. All right. All right. So what am I doing? I have most things ready to go. I'll give you an idea of the card design first. And it's a little fun fold, one of the easiest that you can do. And this one is a sympathy card. It's bright and kind of cheerful, but I think it will be good. I do have to get this one in the mail, so there is a sympathy card I need to send. But I want to show you how easy this is. I've got some different paper, and I've got several samples to show you at the end. And also a little trick that I want to share as well. So I'm using this paper, and there are pairs on the other side. So that's why we have designer paper that is double-sided, because it can be used for so many different things. I have a piece of Daffodil Delight. And let's see, let's put that envelope to the side for right now. And I'm going to fold that back. So this becomes our fun fold. Just fold it back, grab a bone folder, and give that a nice crease. I also have a piece for the inside of basic white, and this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, but cut down just a skosh more because of the fold here, so it doesn't get bungled up. So if that's a word, I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the inside. So I know we've all been watching the news and keeping track of what is going on in California, and it's just so, so tragic. It just breaks my heart. Okay, so that gives me a little bit more room over here on this side. Maybe I can see if I can zoom in a little bit, so that that doesn't buckle on there. So it was just a little bit more than that 1/8, maybe a 16th, just a teeny tiny bit. And then this piece is going to go here. So let's glue that on. Now this is a 2-step stamp set. So we can have the flower part of it, the petal part of it, separate from the stems and the greenery. And it's very easy to line up. Although initially I did play around with a little bit, but give you a little tip on that too. Okay, this piece is for the envelope, so we'll go ahead and put that on there now. And as I said, this is an online exclusive, but that only means that we have so many more things than we are able to offer in a print catalog. And then sometimes things from the last mini catalog transition over to that so that they're not just gone. So the online feature that we have now has its benefits. It also can be kind of confusing sometimes to figure out what is actually where. So we have to keep on top of that. But that's what I'm here for, is to help you navigate the ins and outs of what is available and where it's available. And then I guess the most difficult part is how long it's available, because some things then do sell out and then they don't get reordered. So that is also another issue. So when you see something that you like, it's best to just go ahead and get it and not risk having something be gone. For example, there are bundles where for some reason, and truly I don't know the reason for this, where the stamp set is not available anymore, but the dies are. And then I was going to put together a project today, and I pulled out a set of dies, and I thought, I better see if these are still available. And they aren't. So, and they did go with a bundle. So there is that risk as well. But then there will always be something else that you like. So there we've got an envelope. We've got our card base ready to go. And then I have a piece of basic white that is going to be backed by a piece of Daffodil Delight. So this is pretty monochromatic. So you don't have to think a whole lot about what you want to put where. And I think my sizing on here was 4x3. Just to double check. Yeah, 3x4. And that makes the Daffodil Delight a little bit larger at 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Easy peasy. So let's get stamping. So this is a photopolymer stamp set, and I played around with this a little bit to see what was easiest to do, and this one is easier to stamp first. So let's get our granny apple green there. So we're talking fruit. And put that in the center. Okay, let's clean that real quick. Oops. Okay, and now here is this stamp for the floral part of it. And yes, even though I just started using it, it's already stained red. Any of the red images are going to, or the red stamp colors are going to stain your stamps, but they're still clean. So that's certainly not a problem, because I was using some Petunia Pop yesterday. That's what I was doing. So let's get this on here. And see if I can zoom a little bit more so that you can see this. Okay, these flowers go down. Whoop, there we go. They face down. They're not up. They're like daisies, I guess. And these two little images up here are the ones that I want to line up, and then that will kind of bring everything else into focus. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, so those are, we've got flowers going here and here, over here. There's one down here, and then we've got flowers here. And these do all cut out with a die, which I'm not using today, but I have some samples to show you and explain a little bit about how those go together. So let's see if you're gonna, I'll do my best without getting, I'm leaning up here, without getting my head in the way. Let's put my glasses on, that might help. Ah, yes. So I line these up here and then twist as necessary, and look at these over here, and it just comes into focus. Okay, if I, this is one where it'd probably be better if I was standing up, but I really can't. There we go. I think that'll do it. Okay, not too bad. So they all connected, those connected, and this is a watercolor wash look, so it's a little bit lighter and looks a little bit washed out. Okay, so that's going to go on here. Got a little bit of wiggle room with that glue. Then this is going to go on here. That is a little bit crooked, but I can't change it now. It's already glued down. I only want to put glue on this part here. So only about half of it. So I'm going to put my finger over here, and I don't want glue to go anywhere beyond that. So basically that's the card, and I've got one I think that's a little bit smaller than this, but when you write inside here, you probably want to make sure that you don't go beyond that so that it sticks out, I guess. Okay, so now let's add some, decided to pull out the pearls. I haven't used the pearls in a long time. So let's add some of those. Pearls are always in style. And we need, let's put a tiny one here. I always go with that whole thing of odd numbers. And these are the dies for the mixed labels, but I'm just going to use the stamp set. And I think just a note to let you know you're on my mind. Now, for this one, I did do die cuts for all of these. Obviously, the little leaves don't count. So that you can use this as a template to figure out what other sentiments might work for other stamps that you have. And then just take that around on your catalog or your stamps and see what fits and what works. So here we go. So again, I want to stay within that same little section here, and I'm going to use some Memento Tuxedo Black. Okay, so there we go with that. Okay, I had a thought, but I don't know if I'm going to do that, to put a little bit of color in there. Let's see. See, that would have fit with this one. Okay, I've got an idea. Let me kind of jump ship here and run this through the machine. Because I was afraid that that would smear if I did what I was going to do. Because the black will sometimes do that. So let's switch gears here. This is what I call stamping on the fly. And get that stamp back. Because that just looks a little bit blah. Now let's hope I can stamp this straight. I probably should have stamped it before I ran it through the machine. Okay, not too bad. All right. So let's add some color there. Because the font on that is just a little bit more plain. Let's see if there's... It's a little bit too orange. Where's my yellow brush? Here's my yellow one. Okay. So get that off of there a little bit and just add some color behind there. Now, it's not bleeding, but with my luck, it probably would have if I'd have done this a minute or so ago. It just adds a little bit more excitement to that inside. All right. So now I can put this on here with a couple dimensionals, and nobody will ever know the difference. Okay, so there's that. And now we need a bow. So to accent this yellow, I've been using the black. This comes from the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, where you get white, beige, a little bit darker than crumb cake, some vanilla and gray, and the black and the yellow is just so, well, wouldn't you know it? I'll have to roll that up later. As it fell down, so I will get it when I'm done. And I'm doubling this to make a little double bow. There we go. And now I just need to trim that off and cut this part open. So we've got our tails. And put that right there. And grab a couple of mini glue dots, and if you roll those together, just take your fingers and roll it. And I like to use 2 of them. Thanks, Sue. That is a good idea to make a little template, especially when you've got dies like that. And you probably have others that work the same way. So let's put 2 of those little glue dots there. And they really do hold pretty well, especially with the twine. Maybe not so much with a heavier ribbon. So there we go. And here's our envelope. And it's all set to go. Just a note to let you know you're on my mind. And there's still some room to write in there. You could always turn this and make a little note over here too. So you've got other options with that. So now let me show you, put some of these things away. The other samples that I came up with, as well as a tip when you're using this with the die cuts. Get rid of that ink that's on there. Okay, as I said, this was my original, zoom out a little bit, my original sample. Again, that's made with that paper. Again, the name of that is Fruit Salad. And then this is the one that I used today, and that's the same die cut that I put in here. Here's another one that I did with Granny Apple Green, also from the Fruit Salad. Just a simple thank you. And now here I did a die cut, stamped and die cut, and I just colored this with, this is Flirty Flamingo. And these all cut out. Let me show you the dies real quick here. You have a die with just the flowers, or the buds, I guess. And then you have the greenery. Here's that part. And then I've not taken these off yet. Here are some others with some flowers, little leaves. I'm not sure what this one cuts out. So I'm still playing around with this and working with it. But there are 6 dies with this. So this one was fun though. And I cut them out and then glued each individual one on there and used the postage. Now this is a stamp set called Around the Corner, I believe. Thank you for everything. So that is one stamp right there. Then I did this one where I stamped it just like I did today and then cut it out with the die. Used some leftover paper from the green one and just mounted it on a top fold card. And your kindness made my day. And that's also from the labels set. Now here is my little trick to share. So I have done a top fold card and ran it through the exposed brick. This was the leftover inside piece of this card. This was left over on the inside. Of course, we never throw anything away, right? Then I went ahead and stamped the greenery, and then I stamped and die cut the little floral images out of, it's a paper in the annual catalog, the one that has all of this, all the different colors. And I cut those out of this corner. And they're very easy to place on here because you get the outline from the greenery image. And so those just have some little mini glue dots, or mini dimensionals, excuse me, there. So we've got enough color there to make that look like this. But this is something that you might want to consider when you're looking at this and you want to pop it up with dimensionals, but you don't really have enough give here for a big one. Maybe you want to put a little one there. You don't have a little one, you can cut it apart. Have you ever considered cutting out just some blanks from scrap paper? Maybe they had something on the other side from some scrap cardstock. There are three here to give it the lift that you would normally get if you were going to load that up on the back with dimensionals. So let me finish this one off. Oh, here's the four. I thought I had 4 of these. And then you don't need to use dimensionals. You've just got a lot of glue here going. And making sure that you get those tiny spots that are so hard to fill in. So and it really does give a nice lift. I think I've shown this before. I'm not really sure. But I like to do it on cards that are really special instead of using a boatload of dimensionals. And there's always those little scraps of paper that you have left over. You stamped something wrong on one side. So now I'm just giving it some lift. I had this piece of, let's put this here, very vanilla. So I'm going to put that on the back. So that gives it about as much lift as you might get with dimensionals. Now I can put this on here. With some dots of glue. So maybe it seems like a lot, but I sometimes think that it just really adds something special to a card. So you don't have the dimensionals all over the place. The kind of card that you might find in the Hallmark store, perhaps. So you can see where it really gives that extra lift without looking underneath and seeing dimensionals. So let's see what we have here. Let's see if this one fits. I might just leave the sentiment off of this one till I find something else. Because this was kind of like I had it ready, but a stamp on the fly kind of thing. And this one is too big. So we'll just put a little bow here and call it a day. Let's see if I can keep this one from falling on the floor. So I hope you have a great rest of the week. I don't know that it's going to get any warmer around here anyway. But at least the roads are clear. The sun is shining. And you can't ask for anything a whole lot better than that. Especially in Ohio in the winter. Okie dokie. And I think with this one, I'll just add a sentiment on the inside. I have a couple birthdays coming up soon, so this will probably be a birthday card. Okay. So with that extra thickness on there, I will put one of these kind of down below. Well, let's see, I think that will fit up here. There we go. And this one I will also put the pearls on already. So that's my tip for the day. Add some thickness with just making blanks of your die. You can do that with just about anything. And one more time with these, and then that will be it for today. And I'll see you next week. So there we got that one. That one, that one, and I could have just kept on going. I was having so much fun with these. So take care. See you next week, and stay warm. Bye-bye.